DNA. DNA is a big part of our lives and our existence. Without DNA, we could not exist. I will be discussing three important things about DNA: its structure, how it produces protein, and genetic mutations that can cause our physical appearance to change.
But before getting into all of that, we need to discuss what DNA is. DNA is a molecule that contains genetic information that determines the traits that a person inherits. DNA is held up by two strands. This shape is called the double helix. It is made out of nitrogen bases, phosphate groups, and deoxyribose. This shape is basically a twisted ladder. The colors inside the double helix represent nitrogen bases. The nitrogen bases are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. So basically, these bases are paired together. Adenine is paired with thymine, and guanine is paired with cytosine. They are bonded together with hydrogen bonds. DNA producing protein is a long process, and it's more complicated than it sounds. This process includes 4 steps. The first step is DNA replication. This is basically the process of DNA copying itself. The DNA needs to be copied because DNA is in the nucleus and cannot be used unless it is copied because it's in the nucleus. The DNA strands are unwinded and then separated. Then complementary base pairs are added, and this forms two identical DNA molecules. Step 2. The copy of DNA is taken out of the nucleus by mRNA and is carried to the ribosomes. The third step is translating the message. As I said earlier, the bases in DNA are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. When it is translated, mRNA changes the bases. Thymine is turned into uracil, so the bases are now adenine, uracil, guanine, and cytosine. Then these bases are grouped into three. The fourth and last step is when the proteins are produced and then folded. How mutations in our genetics affect our physical appearance. Like I said earlier, our DNA determines our traits. When there is a mutation in our DNA, it can affect the way we physically look. There are different types of mutations. Some mutations can cause change and some just don't. For example, a silent mutation has no effect on a person's gene or encoded proteins, but a frameshift mutation can add or delete bases which affects a person's genes. This can cause a mutation like blue eyes or red hair. Genetics can be a genotype or a phenotype of organism. Genotypes are a set of genes carried by a person. Phenotypes, a genotype can indicate if a person carries a single mutation in one gene. The phenotype can indicate the function and physical results from a genotype.